Welcome everybody, it's Tellum, and we are going to be doing another map breakdown, and this time it's of Blood of the Dead. Now, I really considered if I should have done this or not, because I mean, we've played Mob of the Dead before, and I mean, it's kind of similar, but at the same time, there's a lot of new things and a lot of ways to get around that we haven't really had in the past, well, at least in Mob of the Dead. So I decided, hey, why not? Let's just make a real quick breakdown of Blood of the Dead, because it is a bit different. It has a couple changes, I mean, pretty good changes too, and I mean, there's teleporters, a lot of different things going on in here, but anyways, that's the idea of this video. Now, a couple things I want to mention is, first, I'm using custom mutations just for everyone who's asking, because, you know, it just makes my life so much easier. Just give myself a billion points right as I spawn in. Top notch. I will never thank Treyarch enough for putting custom mutations in. But another thing I want to mention is that I'm not going to be going for like parts and Easter egg steps areas. I mean, I'll point out teleporters and things like that, but really I'm just going to be focusing on things that are just going to affect you every single game, not things that you're like not. Of course, I guess the shield will affect every single game, but I mean, parts are just not going to be spawning in the same place, and it's just not going to work. But and the last thing I want to mention, just so I can be quiet and get into this already, is just that this is all live, so if there's, you know, a lot of mistakes while I'm talking, that's to be expected. But with all that said, let's actually jump into this breakdown. So right here we are currently in Spawn or Richtofen's laboratory, or yeah, and there's really nothing here besides spawning in and this gun right here for the Model 7 for 500 points. Absolute trash, don't get it. Anyways, moving up, you'll actually go into a new area called the Model Industries, and up here the only thing that there is of note is just going to be your RK7 for 700. Again, a trash weapon, probably not worth getting. But after that, you can actually open this door for 750, and this will take you to the West Grounds. Now, inside these West Grounds, you'll see a couple different things. We'll make our way that way, but for now, let's head right here, and we'll actually see ourselves a door that costs 1,000 that actually leads us to the New Industries. So you go ahead and buy that. Now, we'll come back to the New Industries because there's a way we can loop around and get there, but just keep in mind this is probably going to be the way you're heading to the New Industry, or yeah, New Industries, because I mean, you're probably going to come here right away because of the dog way over there. But anyways, backtracking a bit, you can actually head back to this West Grounds area and you'll see yourself the MOG-12 for 1,000. Still not a good gun, but you know, do what you do. But regardless, we have ourselves the catwalk, and this is going to be a power door, so we'll come back after we've turned on power. But the catwalk, we're just going to have to come back to that one also. But anyways, after that, we actually have ourselves another door for 1,000, and this door is actually going to lead us to the powerhouse. So this powerhouse area, just want to, well, I mean, obviously you have your power right here, but of course we'll backtrack a little bit. But up here we have ourselves the box, and this could be a possible box, first box spawn location. I'm just picking up a gun for the catwalk. I'm gonna be blunder get first spin, okay. But anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, this could be a possible box spawn, like for its very first spawn. Of course, I have custom mutations turning all of them on right now, so that's why that is the case. But anyways, you have yourself the MX-9 for 1250. It's okay, but after that you have yourself your brew. Now you want to probably set the brew to the perk you want to get on the earliest in the game, because it's going to be the first one you walk into. But after that, we have this door that's actually 2,000 points. That's going to lead you to the traversal tunnels. Now, the thing is, when you open this door, there's also a door inside the New Industries that's also worth 2,000 that you will also open when you open this one. So this is going to be a combination between two doors. And I'll show you where it's going to be when we actually open this. So let's just go ahead and open this. Now, when you get in here, you actually see yourself a Vapor for 1550. Also, I mean, I wasn't going to point out parts, but this one's always here, so whatever. But then you see yourself your first teleporter, and this teleporter will take you to the cafeteria, but of course you have to turn on power and open up to the cafeteria first. After that, you have our very first buildable area, and you know, that's cool. But right here is the door I'm talking about. So this is a New Industries. Now this door is normally closed and normally worth 2,000, but since we opened this door back here, for 2,000, it opened both of them. So just keep that in mind. You can't take a shortcut by coming through the new industries, or not a shortcut, but to be a cheapskate, I guess. But actually heading into the new industries, we have a possible first box location, or box spawn location. Of course, this isn't in my game. There's all the boxes activated because of mutations. Just keep that all in mind. But it is a possible first box spawn location. So you also see your dog. I guess I'll point out dogs too. I mean, we're going to walk by them anyway. So you have yourself your dog right there. You're probably the first dog you want to feed. But after that, you have the GKS for 1,300. Probably one of the biggest ripoffs for a gun in this game. But after that, we have ourselves a trap right here in the middle. It's going to cost you 1,000, and you can activate from either side. And this thing's just going to spin in circles and do its thing. It's just going to chop people up with all these different things. I'm not going to activate because it'll kill the last zombie, and I do not want to be bothered with that. But that's pretty much it for everything inside the new industries. But we're actually going to head up to the catwalk. Now, I'm going to see if I can survive this without having to end the round, but if I end up ending the round, I'm going to have to do a little cut. But this is going to lead us to the catwalk, and every single time you open this, the alarm will go off and a bunch of zombies will flood. So I'm going to try to make it through this. Yeah, but there's really nothing here, guys. So I'm just going to make a dash through this because there's nothing here at all. Come think of it. Okay, so now that all that craziness is completed, we can actually head into the recreation area, or yard, excuse me. And you're going to have yourself your swordfish for 1,250, or excuse me, 1,200, just that's it. And of course I bought it so you can't really see how much it costs, but you guys gotta trust me, it costs 1,200 right here. But after that, inside the reincarnation yard, you'll also have a box spawn, and I believe this also can be a first spawn location for the box, but I could be mistaken on that, so don't take that as gospel or anything like that. But really after that, all you have to do is head all the way to over here, and you'll get to your next door from the reincarnation thing. But anyways, this is a door right here. Will actually take you to Times Square for 1,000. This will be the Times Square, right, or Times Square, and we'll come back to this area. We'll loop around and drop and all that stuff, but for now we're going to head in this direction, and this will actually lead us to D Block, which you can see the SAM, or whatever it's called, for 750 right there. So if you're interested in that, then go ahead and pick that up. But continuing inside this D Block, but I guess it's technically the laboratory, but it just moves. I mean, these areas are so small, but you see the MOG again, or MOG12 for 1,000 all over again, so you know, the second time we've seen it. After that, we actually have a door that will actually lead us to the CD street, and these areas are going to change their name fast because there's a lot of small areas right here, but it's going to be for 750, and we're going to head in this direction. There's nothing much over there. It's kind of just like a dead end. But now we're entering the cell block second floor. Of course, these areas are changing. You'll see yourself the dog right here, which will be probably the second dog you feed. Now over here we have the Musa, or oh, I thought something says that doesn't even say the Musa. Wait, why is everyone? Is that? I don't know. But regardless, besides the point, it's going to cost you 1,250. I'm going to pick it up because it's easier to walk with the pistol. That's going to just cost you 1,250, and it's going to be able to just pick it up. Now this door is interesting. So right now we're just about to open a door to the what is this area called? The cell block 3 second or third floor. Excuse me, cell block third floor. And it's going to cost you 1,500. But the reason why it's interesting is because when you open this door, it'll actually open you a door way over there by the inside the infirmary. Now I'll point out to where the door normally spawns, but just keep that in mind. So I'm going to open it for 1,500 right now. I'm going to just run over here just to go get a good look at the gondola. Of course, all this is very familiar. This is exactly like Mob of the Dead, this area, so there's not much to point out here. But obviously, you're going to have your buildable location for your second one, and we're going to have one more later down the video. Now, of course, this is going to lead you to the infirmary, and right here is a door that opened when I opened that other $1,500 door. Both of these doors open together, so it's not like you just come in this area and it's a cheaper way. This door also is closed and opens, is connected to the other one. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop down here and actually go back to Times Square. Now remember, I said we're going to come back here, and look, we're back. So now that we're actually in Times Square, you can actually see yourself your auger for 1,600 right here on the wall. and there's also a part, but you know, kind of ignore it. I'm just picking it up for now. But anyways, you have a power door, and we'll come back to these power doors because I don't have power on, obviously. But I'll come back, not to this one, because we could get inside the showers. But this will take you to the showers once you turn on power down on the bottom area. We're actually going to find ourselves the door to the cafeteria, which is going to cost you $12.50. And inside the cafeteria, you're going to see yourself your normal acid trap for 1,000, which you can activate from either side. And, you know, just use it if you want to. But next, we're going to see our next teleporter, which is going to be to the West Grounds. And you're going to have to, of course, open West Grounds and turn on power. But, of course, you're just going to have to wait till that happens. Can't really use it here. But then we have a box spawn location. I don't think this one could be your very first one, but it could be a possible box location. But there we have a door to the infirmary for 1,500. Of course, just like in Mob of the Dead, there's not much to explain here. There's not really anything in rather this route or this route over here. There's nothing really here. But once we actually head into this area, you actually see your KN57 for 1,450. And after that, you actually have this, but you know, we're not really pulling out parts again. But then you have your soda, so probably put this as your second most used perks, just because it's going to be the second one you get to most of the time, but it really based on how you play. But anyways, if you actually head up here, we'll actually see a power door to the roof. Now we'll come back here because obviously don't have power on, but we will be back very, very soon. But now I'm going to do a little cut here because I gotta backtrack a little bit. Okay, now we made our way to the Michigan Avenue. Of course, this area is all coming from Times Square, or you could actually come from the first or second dog location. Of course, both of these doors you don't have to open. It's completely free to enter into this area. But in here, you're going to see just a little bit of things. There's a lot of small areas in here. Of course, you'll see yourself a power door to the Warden's office. We'll come back to this later. Again, no power. But besides that, all you really have here is just a door to the Citadel for 1,000. I'm going to actually head in here and just look around here. Again, not much in here except for this this trench gun. It's a bad shotgun, guys. Don't get it. It's 1,400, but it's just really bad. But anyways, well, actually, let's go. This is actually going to be a door for 1,250 to head to the Citadel tunnels. You actually head in here, but we're not going to. I want to head back and we'll come back to that in just seconds. But of course, you see their dog things also. But first, I want to head into the showers for 1,500. Just going to be another door to get in here. Now inside the showers, you'd actually see that you have the Maddox on the wall for 1,400. Now, all that is also here is just a teleporter that will actually take you to the Warden's house. But again, we need power on before we ever teleport, or before we can teleport. But that's pretty much it for the shower. So we're going to backpedal a little bit until we get to the Citadel tunnels. So now that we're in the Citadel tunnels, there's really nothing here for a long time. You just have your normal thing like in Mob of the Dead, where you find the part like that, and you just keep going, and boom, you'll actually find something finally for the Spitfire for 1,400. You can get that if you want, if you think that's a good idea, but it's going to actually end the Citadel tunnels and take you to the China Alley. And here, going to first head up here, you actually see an overpriced store for 2,000, just like in Mob of the Dead, which will actually lead you up to the Docks Bridge. Now we'll come back here, we'll make our way around, don't worry about it, but for now just know that's a way to open it. But after that, you actually have yourself a door for 1,500 that will lead you into building 64. Now all that's really in here is just the ICR for 1,550, and of course you have yourself power down here, which I'll turn it on in a little bit. I'll do it in a little bit, but regardless, you're going to have yourself power also in there. Now after that, you're going to actually have yourself a door for 1,500, which will open up and lead you to the docks. And in the docks, you'll see another buildable bench, and our final buildable bench inside Blood of the Dead. I almost called it Mob of the Dead, but regardless, after that, you actually have your Thompson. Let's go look at this Thompson. Your Thompson for 1,500 points. If you want to get that, then you're an intelligent individual. But regardless, you have yourself another box location. But this box location is not one it could spawn at for its first spawn, but it can move there. So after that, you actually head up to the docks bridge. You'll see the gondola, and you can take this gondola to up and down, but of course it's not here, it's down over there. Now for the final place here we actually have ourselves in the docks bridge is for your cola. So your cola is probably going to be your third perk you're going to enter by, so I mean I would put that as your third perk that you want to get. But of course going to be a little cut here because I'm going to backtrack to certain areas where I need power on and stuff like that, and also I need to turn power on and deal with the Warden. So now we're actually back in the infirmary, and of course that's because we need to return to the roof. And of course on the roof there's nothing really here except for a little something that will spawn over here. I'm not going to say okay it's Pack-a-Punch. Pack-a-Punch will spawn right there if you ever need it, sir. I mean you're probably going to need it pretty often to come think of it, but anyways, that's all there is really on the roof. Besides that, really nothing else. But anyways, going to do another little cut here to go to the final area that we need to visit for Blood of the Dead. Okay, we made our way back to the Michigan Avenue, and as you guys can see, now we have the Warden's office open. And of course, in the Warden's office, you're going to see a trap right here to activate for both 1,000, which of course is going to be the blades from Mob of the Dead, so don't really need to explain much. Now, of course, this doesn't say this is the Warden's office, to teleport, but it's going to change like every single room. Administration, and then you have Warden's office over here. So, I mean, there's a lot of names. I'm just calling this whole area Warden's office, but in here you're going to have, well, I'm just picking that up, but regardless, you have the Vapor right here for 1550. After that, you actually have yourself a box spawn location. I don't believe that could be a first one for you, but it can be one. And of course, this is going to take you to your tonics, so this may be one of the later ones so that you're going to actually be picking up, so you know, just don't put it as one you're planning to get as a perk really early on in your game. But of course, after that we have our door. It's again overpriced for 2,000, which will take you heading towards the Warden's house. Now before that you have the Eagle Plaza, and you also see right here you have your dog spawn and your final third dog to get your special weapon from it, which of course I'm not going to say what it is just for no reason at all. But regardless, after your Eagle Plaza, you're going to actually head into the Warden's house, and this is going to be the final area in Blood of the Dead. And you see a box spawn location. Of course, this can't be a first one, but it is one that could be there. After that, you have a teleporter, which will take you to the showers. And finally, and for the final thing we're going to point out, you have the Titan on the wall for an absolutely overpriced price of 3,750. I'm going to buy it too. Boom. Yeah, see, even Rick Toppin knows this better be worth the outrageously, well, whatever he said, you guys heard him. But anyways, that's about it for this video and breakdown. I'm not too sure if this was actually worth it because most people have played Mob of the Dead and they know how Mob of the Dead plays. There's nothing really that new, but I don't know, I'm releasing this video nonetheless. But of course, I'd love to hear what you guys think about this. Are you guys liking Blood of the Dead? Which one's your favorite map so far? Also, if you guys are interested in a Voyage breakdown, then you should watch it because Voyage is a huge map and you probably need a breakdown for that map, unlike Blood of the Dead. But you know, whatever. But of course, I'm not going to do a classified breakdown because that map has not changed very much. I mean, there's like 2 new areas, that's really about it. So I'm not going to do one on that, but I'll do one on 9, and then after that I'll finally get to Easter egg hunting because I need to catch up with everybody else. But anyways, with that said, I'm just going to go ahead and end this video. If you guys did enjoy it, go ahead, do all the normal YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, bell, share, and especially bell. But I'm going to go and I'll catch you guys in the next stream or video.